Good evening. How is everyone? I'm going to wait a few minutes for everyone to appear. I'm on time, which makes a difference. Have my cup of tea. If you're watching the recorded, just forward a little bit. Who's there? I can't see. Hi. Maybe I should tag a few people. Hi, Uttara. Sorry, I'm being boring. I'm just waiting for a few people to jump on. Hi, Kanari. My voice is going. I've been talking about 6 hours today, so that's it. Everyone's appearing now. How are you both? Hope you're having a good week. It's only Tuesday, but how's your energies? Yesterday was good energy, productive. Today's been a bit blur again. I don't know if you saw the Schumann resonance. It was off the charts. Oh, thank you, Tala. My hair, it's a little bit mad today, but I did cut it again yesterday. I keep cutting my own hair. It's quite fun, actually. I just literally get a pair of scissors and go ch-ch-ch. Yeah, it's my Sneha's hairdressers, so if anybody needs a haircut, I might go into a new profession. Okay, there's only 2 of you on. Let's give it a few more minutes. So yeah, it's been quite off the charts. I'll try and get a printout if I can. There was actually like a pair of wings. So Schumann resonance is the energy of the earth, and they record it in this Schumann resonance, and it's just the whole of June it's been going up and down, and it's the new energy that's coming in to help us raise our vibration. So we get all these symptoms, ascension symptoms, like headaches, dizziness, tiredness. I've been really tired today. I'm really tired. I think after this I'm going to go to bed. It's quite early for me. So just look after yourself if you are experiencing some of these symptoms. Today is also the 7th of the 7th, those who watch afterwards, and that is a gateway as well of energies. Just so much going on in the planets energetically. Yeah, it's been weird. People have been feeling dizzy, have been having all these symptoms. Obviously, if it continues, you should go and see a doctor, but it is to do with some of these energies. Yeah, Uttara's taken a nap. It's brilliant, isn't it? When you're at home, you can take these naps. I think you need it. So just treat yourself well, because I was just watching some stuff about astrology, and it was saying that it's quite a revealing month, July, although it's a more doing month in June. That I watched something previous to June, and June was a very being month, and then July is a bit more of a doing month, but still the energies are quite high in July. So I'm going to get on because nobody wants to come on. Fair enough. Maybe because I'm on time. So I'm going to talk about comparison and how it can kill joy. That's a famous quote by Teddy Roosevelt. So I've had a few clients, that's why I've kind of come up with this, that keep comparing themselves to others, and then they feel not so good about themselves. So I want you to do a talk on it, because I think we've all been privy to being compared, or we compare ourselves. And it's kind of more so in cultural circles as well. Not just Indian, I guess a lot of cultures, that you get compared to others. So as you grow up, your parents will try to compare you to your siblings. Why can't you be more like your brother? Why can't you be more like your sister? Or they'll try and compare you to your peers, like your friends. Maybe at school as well, you get compared to people in your sort of age range. So if you were at school and they had different classes, you get compared to people that are not in your class. there's always competition, isn't there? Even at school, right? It starts at school. Well, it starts at home. There's competition for your parents' love. Although it's not said, there's always this unsaid competition between siblings because there is not enough love apparently to go around. Lots of parents try to love their kids equally, but for some reason they end up having favorites or treating one kid badly at one time because they've done something. So you become aware of this scarcity of love, scarcity of being good enough, because your parents make you feel like you have to be like Joe Blogs down the road, or you have to be more like your sister. Why can't you be more like your cousin? That's what I used to get. Look at your cousin, she can cook really nice round chapatis. And I think my chapatis were like a map, right? Which is quite creative now I think about it. I don't want to be uniform. I don't want to be a circular chapati. So yeah, it's quite funny. So I used to get told that my chapatis were rubbish, and I used to get compared to all my cousins and how good they were and how amazing they were doing, and it just made me feel inadequate, to be honest. I don't know if you guys had comparisons to somebody as you were growing up. It may not even be done in a horrible way. It might be to kind of chivvy you to do better, because if they compare you, then you've got a yardstick, okay? Now, the problem with yardsticks is, what are those yardsticks based on? Why do you have to do certain things by certain times? So normally in society, you have to go to school, go to college, maybe uni, get a job, get married, have a kid, have another kid maybe. Obviously get a house within that process. Then you wait for your kids to get married. Then they have kids, and it goes perpetually on to the next thing. And it's all based around a timeline. So if you're not following this said timeline, and everybody else is, are you a failure? Are you comparing yourself to others in society? Who makes up these rules? Who says that you should be doing X by this time? And who says that you're not successful if you have a certain type of job? So I had a client today, and she was judged on her job because it wasn't so well paid, but it was an essential job, especially in these times. We really needed that job. So but people have gone around telling her that she's not good enough because she's not paid well. Again, it's all about society, and it's all about benchmarks that society has put onto you. But actually, you have to find a success within. We don't have to compare to others to actually see who we truly are, right? Because we're all on different pathways, and we all have different contracts, agreements, lessons. So one of the things I say is, if you're envious or jealous of somebody, there is something missing in your life. That's why you're feeling these feelings. But also look at them and look at what they may have been through. Do you know what they did in their past lives? Maybe they had some suffering in their past lives. Or maybe they wanted to learn about being rich, or they wanted to learn a lesson with the new situation they're in. And sometimes it feels like somebody's having a breeze of a life, but then they may not be growing spiritually. There's so many layers to your spiritual journey that if we start comparing, we've only got some of the story. When you look at a soul and they're doing better than you, they're more accomplished than you, or they're more richer than you, or more successful than you, you don't know the totality of their soul journey. You're just judging it on that one incarnation. And you're judging yourself on your incarnation, but you don't know what your spiritual goals are. Okay? So whenever you catch yourself judging yourself against somebody, or having a benchmark from society, then remind yourself of that you're a soul, that what have you been through? What could be your lessons? What is it that you're here to do? What is your dharma? Because we all have different dharmas. Dharma means your purpose. So we all have innate abilities, and I believe they do sometimes go from lifetime to lifetime. So artistic talents can kind of come from lifetimes to lifetimes. Healers can be healers in different lifetimes, and so on. You may try different things in different lives, but you have a tendency to have certain talents, right? And that's your part of your personality trait of your soul. So we all need all of those jobs, right? So we need a road sweeper, otherwise the roads will be dirty. We need a bin collector, and then we go down and look down on a bin collector. But actually, if they didn't collect your rubbish, your whole street would be full of rubbish. They're just as integral as somebody who's an accountant. You get what I'm trying to say? Most jobs that we do are integral to the workings of society. So why are we judging one job is better than the other? Is it to do with money? Is it because the bin collector doesn't get paid as good as the accountant? Really? So as a society, we're built on judging success based on the exchange of money. And it is, yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not like naive. But as a spiritual being, you know that money is just an exchange of energy. And I always say to people that money doesn't come with you. So nobody ever puts money in the coffin. So the whole construct of society is based around a lot around money. So then you start to compare yourself to others based on material principles. That's usually the case. Okay, there's sometimes spiritual envy, but usually it's about material success, or success depends on how you define it, right? But what is it that you feel like you failed at? Do you feel like you failed at anything? Or are you happy to be where you are? Is it precisely where you need to be? We all have goals and ambitions because humans are full of thirst, full of desire, and we always want more. But the point of the spiritual journey is to be happy where you are today, to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and then to kind of aspire for other goals, but not to do them around what's around you and who's around you, because association is important, right? Because you may have friends that make you feel like a failure. Maybe they're doing so much better than you, and then you feel like I have to aspire to be like them. But actually, good friends should just make you feel good about yourself, no matter where you are in life. Whether I'm just using it as an example, but if you're sweeping the streets, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, I believe that everything is equally as important in life. So if somebody makes you feel bad about yourself because of your job, I don't know if they should be your mate, really, or, I don't think you should cut them off, but maybe take a step back, because their principles are kind of skewed. They're starting to kind of program you, because comparison is about programming. It's about society having told you what you should be, what success is, right? So what we have to do on the spiritual journey is decode ourselves. Like, who is the true essence of who you are? It's not what your parents told you, unfortunately, because your parents were also programmed. Excuse me. It's not what your school told you, because that was programming. It is not what you see on TV. That's huge amounts of programming. So who is it truly you are? It's within your soul. When you came, you had a meeting with your guides. You decided what you were going to do on this earth and what you were going to achieve. And that is the true success that you should be chasing, not to compare yourself to others and keeping up with the Joneses. Is it the Kardashians now? Because you're always going to fail, because somebody's always going to be more popular than you, more richer than you, more thinner than you. Maybe you'll get that mantle for a day, but then somebody else will overtake it, right? So the best thing to do is actually take stock, be grateful for what you have, and compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. I'm all for improving yourself, but where it falls down is perpetual kind of chasing the carrot at the end of the stick. I don't know if we're ever going to get there, right? And one day we're going to run out of stick. We're going to run out of life. And did you ever enjoy the journey? Did you ever just kind of appreciate yourself? I think it's also coming down to self-love, right? So if you're appreciating yourself and your achievements, then you're not going to compare yourself to others. You're going to just celebrate your uniqueness. Because that's the other thing that's endemic in society. We have a tendency to be like sheep. We all want to fit in, and we all want to look the same. We want to look, back in college, I don't know, maybe I'm showing my age now, it might have changed. We used to have girls with long straight hair, slim line bodies, blah blah blah, and everybody wanted to look like that. And then we looked at the fashion and we all wanted to wear the same stuff. We're wiping out our own personality, our own expression of who we truly are. And it takes courage to actually stand up and say, I am different, but I'm okay with that. Because we are always looking around us to get validation. We want to belong. It is a human trait to want to be part of a tribe, a group. That's why you get gangs and things like that, because people like to belong. That's why we have cultures, we have like groups, and we have, I don't know, in Indian culture we have caste systems. It feels like you have a belonging to a group, right? Even animals, I guess, they have groups where they hang out. We are better off in a group, I agree with that, but it doesn't mean that we wipe out our individuality by belonging to that group, because we all have an essence that we bring to the world. And by belonging, by being sheep-like, we are dampening our light, we're dampening our self-expression. And actually we came to the earth to bring our own essence. If we think about it, there's 7 billion, 0.7, I think it's gone up to 7.7, I'm not sure. 7+ billion people in the world, and we're all unique in our own right. Yeah, we have like people that look like us, isn't it? I can't remember the word for it, but they kind of look like us, but it doesn't mean they're like us, because we all have originality in our experiences in our past lives. We all have different spirit guides. We may share spirit guides with people, but we're going to be very original in our thought processes. We have different types of family around us, association, and so on. You get the idea. So actually, when we go around comparing ourselves to others, it's just a fool's game, because what's that saying I always get mixed up with? Einstein said, if you compare a fish with his ability to climb a tree, it will always fail, because its job is to be a swimmer in the water. Whereas an orangutan, yes, can climb a tree. So we're always trying to do that. We're always trying to compare ourselves to others. And their dharma, their purpose, is very different to ours. So we need to go back and just be unique in our own way and be where we need to be. Everyone has different timelines. So if you're not married by a certain age, then it's still fine, because that's your journey. We don't know what you agreed with your guides when you came down. You might have agreed to never to get married, or you might have agreed to get married after 40. You may have agreed to have kids, or you may have agreed not to have kids. So why do we beat ourselves up about it when it was part of our own plan? Just seems a little bit crazy, right? So think about it. Think about when you're trying to sort of compare yourself, or you feel like I don't like the word, but like you're not successful, like a loser. That's the word of not successful, but I don't like that word. If you feel like you're not succeeding, then start thinking about your own innate being and your ideas and the lessons that you came to learn, because you may be massively spiritually successful, but society may not view you as that. Because one day I was talking to Prash, and I was saying to him that when you look at people that are monks in like the temples, and they drive on a bang apple car, do you look at them and think, God, you're such a loser, you've got this old car, you wear like robes, you're not wearing designer gear? You don't say that, right? Because they're a monk, because that part of their identity is not to have much. They will be actually not successful if they were driving around in a Mercedes or a Range Rover, blinging it up with like gold chains, right? You think, I don't know if I trust that monk, yeah? But why are we allowing the monk to be successful with no material gain, whereas we expect everybody else to be successful with material gain? We have different barometers for different people, isn't it? But actually, everyone should have their own barometer of what success is. So you get the idea. I'm not going to bang on about it too much. That bring into your life your own identity, deprogram yourself, because your whole life you've been programmed, and you don't even realize, because that's how we've been brought up. That's the construct of society. But actually, the spiritual journey is to reprogram your entire subconscious mind and realize who you truly are. And you can only do that by doing this, by connecting with source, by shutting down all the noise, and by never comparing yourself to anybody, because that is just a fool's game. Yeah, so remember that you have your own soul contract, you have your own journey, you have your own dharma, and you have your own uniqueness that the world needs. And yesterday we talked about consciousness, and we said that because your consciousness also impacts the world. So we go around thinking, it's just little old me, I can't do much, and I'm not so good. But actually, your vibration is contributing to the greater consciousness. So the higher you vibrate, the more you lift up the world. Some of you don't even know you're light workers. And actually, as a light worker, you have a responsibility to bring up your vibration. You then start to impact everything around you. Somebody somewhere said if you open up your heart chakra and you activate it, you could impact 10,000 people. I don't know how they measure that, because your heart chakra has such intense energy. So the happier you are, the more you accept yourself, rather than go into these low vibrational states of thinking you're not good enough. It's kind of coming from scarcity as well, because if somebody else is like doing better than you, you're comparing yourself, then you feel like there's not enough to go around. So you're bringing your vibration down. Whereas when you're meditating and you're loving yourself and you're accepting your life, then you are impacting the consciousness of the planet. Amazing, right? You're an amazing being. Really sit with that. Own it, accept it. You deserve happiness. You deserve to be on this planet. It was never a mistake. You won the lottery when you came to this planet, particularly at this time, because we're going to ascend. Oh my God, what an exciting time. So there's always souls trying to come down to the planet. It's a busy planet, right? Because we all incarnate in different planets. And that's why people say, oh, I don't believe in reincarnation, because back in the day there was only this many billion people. How did they grow so much? Is because other beings have come from different planets and reincarnated, or there's new souls being born from source that came to the planet. So it's a crowded place that's popular. You won the lottery, you're down here. So you go around trying to be somebody else? Really? It's people actually gave you this incarnation for a reason. You actually investigated this incarnation. You knew that you were going to be Amisha, Kinjal, Sneha, Ravina, and then you signed up for it. You go, yes, Sneha looks good, I'm going to be her, right? And believe me, I didn't like Sneha for a very long time. So for about 35 years, I was like, I don't want to be Sneha. It just sucks, right? And then when I just accepted who I was, rather trying to be skinny, trying to be size 10 and 8, trying to look a certain way, trying to fit into the crowd, trying to be an accountant and trying to be things I really wasn't, that's when I became happier and more comfortable in my own skin. When I stopped measuring myself against everybody else's yardstick. So I invite you to own your own self, your own skin, and just be happy within yourself, because some people will never like you, and that's okay. And some people will just love you. So just gravitate towards those people. Gravitate to your soul people that just love you no matter what. They don't have any expectations of you, because love should not be so conditional. I think we've been taught that as well. Like Christmas, right? Like Santa Claus, you only get a present if you've been good. Love seems like that you only get it if you're good. But actually, love is unconditional because it comes from source. I was talking about somebody today, and I was like, even the most heinous people in the world, I won't mention the word because Ricky's fallen off, but you know who I'm talking about, right? Even he is loved by God, right? So the people who are quite evil, they're loved by God. So God 100% loves you, right? And that's the greatest love of all of it. We try and get it in romantic love, or we try and get it from our parents, we try and get it from our kids. Great, that's a form of expression of loving the divine. But ultimately, that's what we're trying to do, because ultimately, when you love your husband, when you love your kid, they are a form of divinity. So that love that you feel for your child or for your husband, is through them that you're expressing your love for divinity. So it therefore goes that you should love yourself, because you are a form of divinity. So when you don't love yourself, you're kind of dissing God to a point, right? Because he made you and you are part of God. You're part of that whole consciousness and one love. So some things to think about. I know I kind of mentioned all of this yesterday, so you guys are kind of hearing it again, some of you, but it's a really important topic that I wanted to kind of reiterate. So let me know if you've got any questions, and then we'll jump on to the meditation. Okay, so I'll just get some music together. I have left my phone somewhere. Oh my gosh, disaster. You can't even talk amongst yourselves. Where is my phone? Spare with me 2 secs, I'll grab my phone. Just close your eyes in the meantime and start getting into that kind of position. So start to take some deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. And I'll just go and grab my phone. Hi, I'm back. Sorry about that. I think it's Mercury retrograde. Let's blame that. And I cannot find it because it's here. That's too funny. It was just here. Sorry. Okay, back to meditating. So close your eyes. Take some really lovely deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. With every breath, just go inside of yourself, into your heart chakra. Really connecting with the higher heart. So on top of your normal heart chakra, you have your spiritual heart. We're connecting with that bit that is peaceful, that is not impacted by the external world. Inhaling and exhaling and just finding your equilibrium, and find your internal self through all of the programming, through all of the matrix. Go deep inside of yourself, that essence of who you truly are. Go inside of your heart. Imagine it being a portal to bring out your true self, your highest self. Bringing your attention to your feet, make sure you're grounded. Imagine you have roots connecting you to the ground, attaching you to this beautiful planet. Now bring in some yellow light, clean your auric field. Imagine it cleaning all of the layers, putting a beautiful bubble of protection around you. And nothing negative can come in, only positivity. And negativity and positivity can leave. As you feel safe in this bubble, I want you to go back to your heart chakra. And open up that portal. And imagine going through the portal back in time. And imagining yourself as a mere light, like the stars that shine in the galaxy. Remember the time, way before any incarnation, where you were part of Source. You are love, you were divinity, and you still are divinity. Just imagine yourself amongst the stars, amongst the galaxy, just being and shining your light. No expectations, no comparisons to other stars. You are just a light, a beautiful, shining, bright light. That is your true essence. Just be amongst the stars. Now gently travel back down into your body, knowing that you are always connected to that light, that bright, shining light of divinity. And as you come back to the body, you go to a sacred space, somewhere in nature. Here we're going to integrate parts of yourself that you may not be happy with, the parts that you may feel need work, the parts that you're not so loving. So imagine a part of you that's greedy. Put greediness outside of yourself. What does it look like? Does it look like you? Does it look green and distorted? Put anger outside of yourself. What does that look like? Put envy outside of yourself. Put jealousy outside of yourself. Put anything else you don't like about you in front of you. That's all part of you. So you're going to go up to envy, give envy a hug, give envy love, and integrate envy back into yourself. Go up to anger, give anger a hug, accepting anger as who you are. Give anger love, accepting anger back into yourself. Go up to each one of your parts, give them a hug, and let them be back into you. But this time you love that part, you accept that we all have darkness and light within us. And then each part of you that comes back, you start to feel more and more whole. You start to light up brighter and brighter. Now I want you to go back in time. Imagine that you have a TV screen. And imagine a time when you felt small, when you felt not good enough, when you felt you were being compared to others. Imagine that scene, imagine it very bright, very prominent. Now I want you to walk into that scene. Talk to your younger self, explain to your younger self that you are good enough, that you are loved, that you have become this beautiful adult with lots of good friends, lots of loved ones. Give yourself a hug. The younger self, reassure your younger self that it's all going to be okay. Not to listen to the others. As you hug yourself, you allow the child to blend back into you. Reassure that child that it's all okay. And then you go to a scene as you being an adult, again where you felt useless, you felt not good enough, you felt compared to others. Go up to that adult, tell them it's all going to be okay. That you are a unique expression of divinity. That you are an original. Give that person a big hug and allow them to melt back into you. Feeling a profound peace within yourself. As you gently walk off the screen back into your sacred space. Now bring in front of you the people that you get compared to from your past, from your present. Bring forward your competition, as it were. Bring forward your people you look up to. And imagine them all turning into lights into geometric patterns, and know that we're all the same. We're all made the same. We are the extension of each other, and we just have different journeys, different paths, different contracts, different karmas, and watch them all intermingle with each other as you start to intermingle, and all of your geometric patterns makes a painting, a beautiful painting with all of the colors, and each color brings its own original take on the painting. You are a beautiful masterpiece in your own right, and you become even more beautiful when you work together with others to create even a bigger masterpiece. Remember that you are all made from stardust, from divinity. Feel the connection to the others. Feel the love for yourself and for them. Know that the life is abundant. The more we help each other, the more we grow. The more we love ourselves, the more we help the collective. And come back to yourself and fill your heart center with love. Send love to yourself. Send love to everyone you know. Send love to the people you were compared to, the people that you felt you could never aspire to be. Apologize to them, because you don't know their struggles, you don't know their past lives. Remove the jealousy, remove the envy. Let them be. Focus that energy into yourself. Imagine all the good things in your life. Celebrating yourself. Celebrating the small things you do for others. The kind words, the smiles. Be proud of your achievements, no matter how small you believe them to be. They could be huge for somebody else, or they could be very spiritual in nature. Celebrate your uniqueness and who you are, what you bring to the world. It's time to spread your wings, to shine your light. You have dimmed your light for too long. It is time to switch on your light. It is time to spread light into the world. This is what you came for. This is your mission on the planet. To spread love, to spread light. To be a beacon for others. To go beyond the ego, beyond the limitations. to honor the divine through the expression of you. You came on the earth to express divinity. You forgot who you truly are. It's time to wake up and to remember the true essence of your being. To let go of your programming. To really connect back to your soul. Allowing your heart center just to open and to spread green light. To be ready to help yourself, to help others, to help humanity. To step into yourself, to be an example to others of a loving, kind human. And then you come back into yourself, into your sacred space. Make sure you're grounded. Allowing the energies to settle into yourself. Any excess energy to drain out of your feet. Feeling connected to the planet you chose to come to. This beautiful, wondrous planet. Just setting your intentions for a great sleep, a great week, a great month. Allowing the energies of today, the 7th of the 7th gate, to manifest whatever it is that you want in life. To manifest your highest ideals, your highest expression. Feeling relaxed, feeling loved. As you gently come back to your staircase and start climbing, with every step you become aware of your surroundings, aware of your body, wiggling your toes, fingers, and whenever you're ready, you're going to gently open your eyes. Welcome back. How was that? My voice is nearly going. I've been talking today for about 8 hours. My throat is not... Sorry, my connection went for a sec. I think everyone's got slight internet issues. Oh my God, I got a bit of a head rush there as well. So yeah, I was just saying, do share about your energy experiences. You can do it on the Telegram group as well, because I think we just got to get through this ascension process together. How is everyone doing? I feel really weird now. My head's spinning a little bit. I have to ground myself. If you are spinning, just ground yourself, because the energy is really high today. The 7th of the 7th gateway. Okay, we'll come to the end, but next week again I'll come up with a topic. But do look after yourself. As I said, July is going to be another one of those big months, but not so bad. I think things are turning, but in terms of bringing things out to the surface that have been hidden, that's what's going to happen in July. A lot of truth is coming out, and a lot of owning ourselves, not to be followers, not to be sheep. That's kind of the essence of July. So keep grounded, keep meditating, and keep looking after yourself. And yeah, keep letting us know how you're all getting on energetically. And we'll do a outdoor meditation soon when the weather improves one of these days. We'll try and get a field together, probably more in August, I think, because July looks like the weather's a bit of a washout. So look out for that. We'll try and organise it. Okay, take care everyone, and have a good sleep. If you're watching it later, then have a good day. Take care. Bye.